Hey, Duran here, and in this video, I want to speak about social anxiety because it is something that a lot of people are struggling with. And when it comes to anxiety, there's so many forms of it. And with social anxiety, what I've realized is when people are fearful of being judged by other people. And typically with anxiety, what we do is we start to ruminate, we start to overthink, and we start to think about the worst case scenarios. And with social anxiety, it's when we're ever in a place where we're going to be surrounded by people, or we find that there is an opportunity for us to be judged, which is pretty much in every situation when you're going to be dealing with other people. But for those who are struggling with it, they become so fearful, even to the point where they don't even want to talk on the phone. They don't want to take pictures. They don't want to be seen in videos because their mind is so caught up in what other people are thinking that it just creates so much fear within them. Because all anxiety is fear. It all breaks down into fear, but this fear is so overwhelming that it actually paralyzes people to actually do certain things. And one of the key things as to why that is because they're trying to be perfect. And I talk a lot about this in my videos, even on my social media, about perfectionism. And whenever we find ourselves not capable of doing something perfect, we're not going to do it. The problem with that is we're not going to do anything perfectly because to to insinuate anything to be perfect, it means that it's not capable of having any type of imperfections or any flaws. And the key thing is, it also means there's no room for improvement upon which we are doing. And if you look at anything in life, there's nothing that we can actually say is perfect. Because even as I'm doing this video, I'm going to make mistakes. So is this video going to be perfect? No. But for the person who has social anxiety, they get caught up so much in the need to be perfect that they don't do anything at all. And even when it comes to their appearance, they're fearful of being judged by their appearance, the way they speak, the way they talk, and that's why they'll avoid speaking on the phone. And even sometimes the only thing that they'll resort to is going to be uh, text, because at least that form of communication is going to be a lot less resistance versus being in person where they can be seen, speaking on the phone where they could be heard. So there's less stimulus for them to be judged. So it comes down to the perfectionism of you releasing that and letting it go. With the clients that I work with in my program, what I help them do to overcome social anxiety and really all forms of anxiety and depression, because a lot of people are surprised to realize that when it comes to anxiety, some of the anxiety stems from depression. And depression isn't what we typically think of as just sadness. Depression can be also in the form of us believing that what we're doing, no matter what we do, nothing will change. Even if we have control over an experience, we can't help change the experience because it's a learned behavior. So I help my clients in my program realize that this is all coming and stemming from some experience that has happened in their life years ago, perhaps. And they're holding on to that experience still. And because of that, and especially when it comes to social anxiety, what I've with my clients that I've worked with, usually what takes place is they were judged, they were criticized, they were ridiculed, they were embarrassed at some experience in their childhood per se, and they haven't released that emotion. They haven't healed from that experience. So here they are, my clients as adults, still struggling with that until they can start to realize that's where it's coming from. And just like the snap of fingers, which is why I tell my clients I can help them overcome anxiety and depression in one session, just like the snap of my fingers, it's gone because they learned from it, they've healed from it, and they grew from it. So I just wanted to share that information because once again, I hear lots of people speak about how they're very fearful of talking on the phone, being on video. And if you have any more questions beyond what I said, just feel free to shoot me a comment below or send me a message, and I'll happily answer those questions so that way I can help you really overcome any social anxiety that you have. And until next time, you all have a successful time.